to the Heartland Podcast. This is episode 56. This is a fun cast. We're going to hit a few more topics here. And if you're watching us on YouTube, well, happy Tuesday. But if you're not, hell, it's Friday. So welcome to the weekend. We do appreciate you listening and following along here, hanging out with us. Following along on Twitter as Joey just puts random stuff on there. It's pretty funny. We do appreciate it. So dive into those DMs on Twitter, on Instagram, all of those social media sites here. And Joey, how can everybody get a hold of us?
Yes, sir. At Heartland Pulse for Twitter and Instagram. Facebook, just search Pulse of the Heartland. If you're watching us on YouTube, you already know how to get there. But if you are listening to this, just search Pulse of the Heartland, find our channel on there. Like and subscribe all our stuff, tell your friends about it, and let them or have them do the same. And as Trent mentioned, we do this on Tuesday nights live on Twitter and YouTube. So please follow along and also follow along and give us some shit on the Twitter stream as we do that every Tuesday too.
Yeah. All right. Well, Joey, what are you drinking?
Sipping on some Busch Light still. This is my second can, I think. So yeah, just take it easy, nice and slow with the Busch Lights. Speaking of those, did anyone else see the John Deere beers they're coming out with?
I did. Those cans look sweet.
Exactly. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Add to the collection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I missed the first 3/4 of the first episode here tonight. Sorry, guys. Where you at, Joey? You guys didn't even notice I was gone. You know what? No. I'm out of here. I'm done.
Bye, Trent.
You were stuck on the 19th hole.
Maybe. Sorry, where are you at?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Yep, till Thursday. Then I'll go to Tulsa and then come home for the weekend.
All right. Well,
and then next weekend, I'm in Nash Vegas, baby.
Cool.
Sweet.
Trying not to get roofied.
There you go.
I saw earlier today when you sent a Snapchat that you were at a Bricktown brewery.
Yep. It's just downtown here. If anyone's ever been to Oklahoma City, they've got a really nice area by their minor league ballpark called Bricktown. I love Oklahoma City. This is probably my 5th or 6th time being here. Normally don't get to spend as much time like going out to eat and stuff because before this it was all working on a roof and working really long days and stuff. But got to go back down there tonight for the second time ever and finally hit up their brewery. God, it was good. It had the Three Guardsmen IPA that they make in-house. It was really good. I was going to do a flight, but the bartender was pretty busy, so I was just asking for food recommendations. But had their double cheeseburger with no bun with green beans and broccoli on the side and then 2 beers. It was delicious.
Now, I'm assuming that this is the same Bricktown brewery that has locations in Wichita. Is that right, Trent?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you sent that, like I was trying to zoom in on that, I could see it said Oklahoma City. Because I was like, "Holy, is Joey in Wichita?"
Yeah. So I opened it and I was dealing with my baby at the time, so I glanced at it and I was like, "Oh, Bricktown." I'm sure it's not Wichita because Joey would have said something, but then I was taking care of the child and I looked back and it was gone. So.
Yep, I was actually trying to figure out how to swing back from Tulsa back through Wichita on Friday there, Clark, but that's another 300 miles out of my way. So I was like, I think that's going to happen. But
I mean,
next time
that's almost the same as the Steelers going to be traveling this next season. So,
I would not doubt if I am back in the Oklahoma, Kansas area. So I'll be definitely hitting you up. And then as we expand north, maybe I can get up to South Dakota and stuff too, guys. But we'll see how that goes. So,
be cooler if you did.
Edward will play some cards, dude.
Right. I would love that. You would have a better time playing cards with me than you would golf with me. So
stick to me losing money.
I don't know. Clark, what are you drinking?
Well, on the Wednesday session, I tried a new mixed drink that you were not around for me to test the alloys on. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I had a Tennessee honey lemonade. It's pretty good. But now I got the Oakenade. So gonna pour this across the rock and enjoy it for a little bit. I got a little ginger ale I'm gonna chase it with. I was wondering this earlier. Like a Moscow Mule, you use ginger beer in, and they usually have a really nice ginger bite. Ginger ale doesn't do that. Why is that? What? I can hardly even tell that it has ginger in it. Is Schweppes different, Ryan?
No, it's the same. It's just not as good.
Okay.
So, are you using a ion infused copper mug?
No, it's a Templeton rye bottle.
It's because you're
TR.
on land. The ginger ale is only supposed to be consumed in an airplane.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Tomato juice.
How foolish of me.
I'm not saying I consume it on an airplane because I don't, but like I said, I've never seen it consumed on Earth.
I love that we've started the stereotype. I love that.
Ginger ale,
We don't stereotype people. We stereotype soft.
I'm gonna blow Trent's mind.
Whoa!
How do I know?
30,000 feet in the air now.
I'm not there right now, Clark. You could be on an airplane.
That's just
right now. I'm just gonna assume that you are on an airplane.
Yeah, you got me. Just flying around out here.
You got
Flying coach.
Clark, stewardess. Yep.
He was somehow able to sneak his Oaken Eden bottle on there, and they're
That's
like,
right.
only if you buy the Canada Dry. Like,
Is that more than 4 ounces? You can't have this on an airplane.
This is the captain speaking.
Oh my, Ryan, what are you drinking?
I've changed over to the Crown Royal there.
No mixies for you. You just buy them pre-mixed.
Yeah.
No mixies.
Why put in the effort when you can just buy it for a premium price?
I'm pretty impressed with these pre-mixed drinks, man. That Tennessee honey lemonade was great.
Really, I might have to try some of those. I'm not a huge Jack Daniels person.
So, I mean, the Tennessee honey, it's just a little sweet on the whiskey, you know.
I guess I have a bottle of the honey. I like the honey and the fire. Straight Jack, regular Jack, I can't stand. So yeah, I guess the flavored ones are pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, mix it with some lemonade. Try it out.
Yeah. Bryant, what are you drinking over there? Is that a Freezy Pop?
Yeah, I was telling you before we started, my AC's not working in my apartment. It's 75 fucking degrees in here, man. I'm trying to cool off.
Come over to my house. It's about 50 degrees in my basement. I gotta put a hoodie on.
Don't tempt me with a good time here, dude. Yeah, so I got I have freeze pops. I have 2 pink, and I'm on my last blue one right now. So I got more in the fridge, but I think this will keep me cool for the whole pod here until the hot takes start coming out.
2 in the pink.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have those alcoholic reasons, do you?
Oh, those are so good.
I have had those. They are good.
You got the ones with the vodka in them? Oh, yeah.
Nope. Just sugar water.
Straight Kool-Aid, baby.
They cut the side of your mouth when you eat them.
No, it's not that what look like the Joker. You want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah.
Freezy pops.
Oh. Trent, what temperature do you keep your house for sleeping?
I think it's at I think our air conditioner set at 70.
Good Lord, I would sweat to death. My house is at 65, and then when I came into this hotel, this one actually goes down to 60, so I'll be sleeping at 60 degrees today.
Like, you spend so much time on the road, and I think it was an unwritten rule. Anytime we would stay at the hotel in Omaha for the College World Series, whatever hotel it was, that AC unit went on the lowest setting.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if you're in a hotel, you just push that baby to the limits. If it's not spitting icicles, you don't have it low enough.
So, funny story, when we used to travel around doing roofing, my brother and I used to share a room, and we were staying in Reno at one of the casinos, Peppermill to be exact, and we went on the roof and came home from work, and before we left, we cranked it all the way down to low. We walked in. I mean, we've been sweating all day. It was nice and chilly in there. Went, ate dinner, came back, had a couple beers, and went to sleep. Like 2 a.m., we both woke up and were like, holy shit, what the fuck? It is freezing. And we look over and there were literal ice cubes on the air conditioner. And we looked at the button, and it's set to low, so that like it didn't give a temperature reading, but if you hit one button up, it would tell you what the temperature reading. It was 46 in there. It was awesome.
Trina just said 72. Trent, how are your sheets not just a puddle of sweat?
Right.
We keep our house like the heat at like 70 to 72 in the winter just to keep it a little warm for Amelia.
I can see that. There have been times where it's been 40 degrees outside. I'm like, Beck, I've got to open this window. I cannot do this. I understand our baby might freeze, but it's the sacrifice she needs to make.
Yeah, after work, it was like in the 80s here today. I came home and opened up the windows, and it was pretty warm in the house. I don't know if you all saw my Snapchat, but my 2-year-old wanted to walk to the park, and she would not take off her winter jacket with the hood up. And it was like 85. Wouldn't take it off.
So she didn't take it off the whole time?
She took it off when we finally got to the park. So she wore it in the house for probably like a half hour. I'm like, we're not going to the park unless you take this off. It is too hot.
So did she who did she get it from? You or Katrina, the serial killer gene? Which one was it?
Katrina.
Okay.
Why is she a serial killer?
Because she freaking wearing a hoodie sweatshirt whenever it's 90 degrees out.
It wasn't just a hoodie. It was her insulated winter jacket.
Oh, God.
Lord.
Yeah, with the hood up. And we had to walk a block and a half to get to the park. And she left it on until we got there.
I was wearing a dry fit polo and walked a block and a half today and thought I was going to die. So I can't imagine wearing a coat.
Hey, just think, we only have like 4 more months of this shit.
Oh, I hate it. Ugh.
Finally. We all bitched about winter, and now we're immediately into summer. There's no spring in there.
Yeah,
it went from 100 degrees over the 20 degrees any day.
It went from 45 to 90 in no time flat here in South Dakota.
I say that, but I live on the side of the state where we don't have humidity and bugs. But I tell you what, when we go home, when I go back to my parents' place in June/July, whatever we do that year for our annual family camping trip, that is a miserable weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm just like, why would anybody live on this part of the state?
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. You open up a door and the door automatically steams up and your glasses fog up when you walk outside. I mean, it's nasty. You got all the bugs, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Air you can wear. This is literally the pulse of the heartland. This is what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Just shit.
Yep. This is what we're here for.
Exactly.
If nobody realized that it got hotter than hell today, they do now because they're listening to us.
Exactly.
I went golfing today.
Heartland.
I went golfing today and it was 58 degrees. It was awesome.
It was
my God, I'm jealous.
8 here, and I went golfing. That was the weather delay.
Yeah, I haven't been able to make it out this year. I'm gonna have to make the sacrifice sometime. I've delayed that first round as much as possible because once you get into the literal swing of things, I feel good probably the first couple holes, and the first one I shank, I'm just like, get me the fuck out of here. I'm not paying to be angry. I just kind of I don't do good with just playing through it,
You just find the beer cart.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Find the beer cart. Quit worrying about it. I compete with myself. That's the shitty part. Is even when and just playing with someone else and I'm way better than them. If I know I could play better, then I'm just angry about it. So
the course always wins.
The course
worst position ever is playing with Bryant, knowing you're worse than him and having a better day on the golf course than he does, and he just gets pissed. And then you're like, I feel pretty good, but
well, the worst is like when you're playing with someone that is that much more talented. Yeah, that is that much more talented than you, and they're mad because they only birdied the hole. They only birdied 2 holes that day. It's like I went fucking triple over on the last hole. I want to hear about how that par could have been a birdie. I don't know.
I had that today, Bryant. I had 180 80 out on a par 5, and I didn't hit a great second shot. It ended up parring it. I was pretty pissed off.
Yep. Yeah, you'd be the person I'd hate to play golf with because it's just like they're bitching about going par when you're on your triple bogey, putt at that point or something. So
I don't even remember the last time I got a ball in the hole when I played golf. Like, I usually just pick it up.
I was gonna say, how do you move on to the next one?
I just pick up.
That's usually the finishing touch to the.
he gave up on a random hole 5 and just never went back.
Joey's the guy shooting a straight 180, nothing but 10s.
Usually.
Yeah. All right, well, let's hop into this. Bryant here on the agenda. It just says, "What did you put in your mouth this weekend?"
Smoking section, yeah.
Oh, the smoking section.
Yeah, I pan-seared a steak with a little cast iron. That's about the only thing I did that's relative to the smoking section. So I didn't quite. It was too thick of a cut, so it didn't quite. I did the exact amount for like a medium rare-ish, and it was just one of those cuts. It was sirloin. It's not a very great cut, but it was just too thick in one part, and there was just too much in the middle that just wasn't cooked at all. I got to at least have a. You know what I'm saying? It can be pink. It just can't be not cooked at all in the middle there. So.
You use sous vide, man.
I'm trying to contribute, Trent, and then you just shit all over my pan searing here,
No, I'm not.
Has anyone ever put a steak in an air fryer?
No.
Never tried it.
I haven't either. I'm just curious what that would be like.
I've seen it. Well,
So
whoever's got an air fryer, do that next and let us know the results.
I mean, I did the same thing Bryant did on Friday. I pan-seared steaks. So made some mashed potatoes, little green beans with some bacon in it.
Yep.
Pan-seared steak. They were ribeyes. I don't think this cow we last got was very good. It's pretty tough cow. In the flavors, not great. But yeah, I went to town on these. I had a little butter in the pan, basting them with that butter. A little rosemary in there.
Time.
That's perfect, medium rare cook. They're like, I don't know, 3/4 to 1 inch steaks. They weren't real thick. They were ribeyes. But yeah, I don't know. This cow's just not real great that we got last time. So I ate it. And then Saturday, I went and got a real good steak from Longhorn Steakhouse. So that's what I did.
So are you a Longhorn over? Sorry.
First question, sir. Please, Joey, go ahead.
No. So are you well, let Ryan go first because mine's a two-parter. Go.
Sir, in the back.
Ryan,
Go ahead.
Did you guys go any place nice for Mother's Day?
That was Longhorn on Saturday night. So Saturday,
did you get the flows? Follow up. Did you get the flows?
Get to close?
No, the flows fillet.
Oh no, I did not get the flows. I went to the KC strip. That's usually my go-to steak. So no flows. I didn't go Renegade either. I mean that one's on there, but no. Flows
So
is Flo's at Texas Roadhouse?
No, that's at Longhorn.
Is it at Longhorn? I don't remember seeing that one on the menu, but I knew what I want. I saw this Casey strip, like that's the one I'm getting. So I didn't really look around. Joey?
So are you a Longhorn over Texas Roadhouse guy, or does it really matter?
I think the quality of the cook and the food is better overall at Longhorn Steakhouse. However, I think that Texas Roadhouse offers better drinks and bread. Like if you're going to Texas Roadhouse and not eating the rolls, you're a fool.
Right.
That is number one reason to go to Texas Roadhouse.
That's why most people go to steakhouses is for the bread.
That's exactly what I did last night. I gave them back my rolls so I wouldn't eat them.
Please take this bread away. I don't want
the girl looked at me like, did you do something to it? I was like, no, I just can't eat them. I'm trying to not eat carbs. She's like, oh, okay. We don't want to waste those.
I think one of the best things at Bricktown Brewery is their freaking nachos. Like you're talking about a mountain on a plate. Straight nachos.
All of their food looked good. I really, really wanted to, but I've been so bad on this no carb thing for weeks. I I got to get back into it. So I've been good all week. We even went out and got Thai food today, and I got the stir fry with rice on the side. Didn't eat the rice, so I was happy with that. But I was going to say my favorite Roadhouse steakhouse place that I've found so far, and I just recently found this out and how good it was Logan's Roadhouse.
Yeah.
They are very good. And not even just their steaks and stuff, but like all of their food together, I think might be better than either one of the other two. But I will not turn down a meal at any of the three of those. That's for damn sure. Trent, did you do anything this weekend?
So I did.
Oh, you're deep in thought.
I
For
am.
the people just listening, he is just looking down on a piece of paper, writing something down.
No,
Trent.
So Sunday, did McCaso, did a double batch because we had a food week at work this week. So did McCaso. I did a pound of pork sausage and a pound of hamburger from our cow and our pig. So did 2 blocks of Velveeta in there, did a bunch of pickled jalapenos, some onions, rotel. It turned out amazing. It's like one of the easiest things to do. I like it. One of these times I am going to get the rotel with habaneros in it because I kind of tame it down a little bit because I'm taking it to work, but I want to do a hot one sometime. So do that. And then so Sunday evening I did some T-bones. We had 3 T-bones left from our cow. I think that was the end of our steaks. So I did those up. Just Katrina, she likes just salt and pepper. So she did that on 2 of them. And then on mine, I did the pork barrel barbecue rub, the all-American barbecue. And it turned out great. So what I was doing when I was deep in thought here, I was trying to email this to myself, a picture of our steaks so we could throw it up here in the background. But for some reason, I'm not receiving the email.
The email, huh?
Yeah.
Log into the Facebook. Check on your internets.
Trent sent it to the wrong wrong email. Like some stranger just got an email of steaks, and they're like, "What the hell?"
With no
they're gonna just email. I'm interested.
Trent, your email is no longer gingerhooker69. So.
Yeah, I forgot I deleted that one. Sorry, guys.
That was his bowling nickname, the Ginger Hooker.
That's perfect. I like it.
Maybe. Might have been.
Maybe.
Ryan, did you do anything this weekend on the grill?
Nope,
No?
I did not.
Oh, yeah, you were at brewery hopping all weekend, weren't you?
Sure was.
Nice.
I almost got into a fight at a kid's soccer game. There's a story. No, I didn't do any smoking.
I thought you were going to share the story. I kind of want to hear it.
Well, it's nothing terribly crazy. We were at my nephew's soccer tournament there in Sheridan too. That was really cool too. It's at a big equestrian area just outside the mountains, so the backdrop of the fields are just mountains behind it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, we brought our baby with us and our dog with us as a true family trip to Sheridan. And so we went to his first game and saw like 5 other dogs walking around. So we're like, okay, we'll bring our dog. We'll bring River out. He behaves well and all that. We'll bring him with. So the next game, a few hours later, I have him with me. I have him on the leash. He's not going anywhere. I have him hanging on the lowest loop. So he's got like 1 or 2 feet of give. So he's not going anywhere at all. He's staying as close to me as possible. Nothing crazy can happen. Well, my nephew's soccer team is very good, and my nephew is a very good soccer player himself. Probably one of the best in the Black Hills, to be honest with you. And their team is absolutely kicking the ass of the other team, and the parents are getting pissed off. Which, whatever, that's their thing. That's their kids getting their asses kicked. I understand that, but the Spearfish team, to try to blow time, they're up like 5-1. And they're just kicking the ball out of bounds to try to run the clock out. And the parents were getting pissed off at that. Well, they weren't coming back from 5-1 anyway, and there was like a minute left in the game. So one of the mother's was running to shake the balls, and she just throw them into the field as fast as you can to keep the game going instead of the time running out. And a ball comes at kind of towards River. Like I said, I've got him on the leash. She's not. She runs right at River, and River freaks out. I guess I shouldn't say freaks out. Barks at her. He barked at her. That's all he did was bark at her.
He's just reacting.
Yeah, she's running right at him, and so he barks at her. She gets pissed off at me, starts screaming at me after I immediately apologize. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like I get it. He's a big dog. His bark is scary. I get it. But she is pissed and just screams at me. And then after that, two of the fathers on the other team, you're not even supposed to have a damn dog here. Get away. Get off the field. Get off. Get going. And then another parent, yeah, you should know better than that. There shouldn't be any dogs here. And I'm just like, there's like 5 over there. Go tell that to them too. And I'm like, I'm sorry, we're leaving after this game. We won't have them around. Yeah,
after
you guys
your kid's ass gets kicked. Yeah.
What's that?
I said, after your kid's ass gets kicked, we're leaving anyways, sir.
Yeah. And so it's like I said, River really didn't. I mean, he was just reacting to somebody running at him, and he wasn't going anywhere in the first place. It's not like he was going to attack her. He didn't have enough leash to do anything anyway. And so that side of the field just pissed off at me because my dog is this terrible beast. And so game ends, and it's like, you know what, whatever. We've got to leave anyway. There's not another game for another couple hours. And so as I'm packing up our chairs and stuff, one of the parents walks by probably, I don't know, 10, 15 feet and just very passive aggressively, you need to keep that beast under control. Doesn't even look at me, just walks by and says that. And I'm like, I apologized immediately. We're on our way. Like, just, it's done. I wasn't even talking to you. And I go, were you talking to him? And pointed at River. And the guy's just like, oh, just walks. It's just like, and yeah, my wife, she's great. She's like, oh, that wasn't passive aggressive at all, was it? And just like, yeah, just there's a lot of places. I know there's a field in Rapid City that no dogs allowed. Perfect. We know the rules. There was not a single sign that said no dogs. Like I said, we saw quite a few other people walking around with their dogs. It just so happened this lady ran right at my dog, and it was my fault. I was a terrible human being for her.
Right. Good for Karen.
Yeah. Karen's always got to have something to yell at. People don't want to admit that their kids are getting their shit handed to them, so they just want to find something else to focus on. They've already been seeing 45 minutes of a ball going out, and they can't stop anything anyways. So.
Yeah, and I get it. Like I said, River's a big dog. He can be scary. I understand it, but at the same time, I've got him. Like I said, I've got him like 1 foot of leeway. Also, we've got our 2-month-old who he is quite protective of, but the 2-month-old is right beside him. So yeah, you see the stranger running right at him at a pretty good pace. He's a lot of dogs are going to have that type of reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I think Turbo probably would have had that reaction, but he would have been running away and barking.
People would have been terrified of old Turbo.
Turbo would have taken that other dog out.
Turbo and old Nader Tater, they're tight homies.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So I think I figured it out here.
Did we finally get the reveal of the steak?
Finally.
I'm glad
I'm
glad I can have story time to help you out.
There you go.
I think I know why Trent keeps it so cold in his house. It's so that Turbo never leaves the heated blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we
there
go.
it is.
There's his meat.
Look at that glorious steak.
Yep.
I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10 on the presentation.
Thanks. Thank Katrina.
Wow,
That's not me. Yeah, that's some steak. We got some edamame in the pods there, some grapes, and risotto. Maybe I think this is what that was.
Fancy rice. Thank you, Katrina.
Yeah.
Nice. Good work.
We don't do anything half-assed here.
Hell yeah.
Did you sous vide that steak?
No, it was on the smoker. It was on the pit
Oh.
boss. Yeah. Yep. Turned out pretty good.
Nice.
All right. Well, do we want to jump into the UFC, Joey?
Sure. I did grill some stuff for the UFC.
Oh, let's hear about it then.
Yeah, it's on the Instagram. It's all right.
It's on the gram.
Yeah, we don't need to dive too deep. I made 2 racks of ribs, some meat candy, and some potatoes. Oh, and broccoli. Yeah, it was good.
So go check out the reels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's popping on there to a Post Malone song, Candy Paint. Looks, meat candy. But yeah, UFC 274 this weekend. I want to say it did not disappoint, but a couple fights did. We'll start off at the very bottom of the main event. Randy Brown, Chaos Williams. That was a nail biter back and forth. Split decision, 29-28 with Randy Brown winning. Second fight was the exact same, but a little more boring. OSP and Shogun Hua. OSP snuck that one out. And then the night got off with the last 3 fights, and Michael Chandler booted the fuck out of Tony Ferguson's face. It was awesome.
That was brutal.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the pictures from afterwards, but his face folded up like an accordion. It was pretty great.
Which one was that? The Ferguson kick?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Michael Chandler to Ferguson's face.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can screen share while we're talking about it, so I can pull that up.
Yeah. So basically, if anyone watched back in the day with Anderson Silva, and then Lyoto Machida did it to Randy Couture too, but it front kick to the face, he was backing up and just put his foot right in the guy's face, and man, it was right up in his nose. It was fucking awesome. Just smashed the shit out of that face. And then in the co-main event, I had a few beers and I was sitting there thinking, what the fuck is going on in this fight anyway? Because neither one had a very good strategy. They both, with Rose Namajunas and Carla Esparza, just one of the most boring fights in UFC title fight history I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, there wasn't any action.
I think I tweeted singing lullabies to each other or something.
Well, I tweeted about that Carla Esparza, she was getting married this coming week, and Rose Namajunas didn't want to give her stitches for her wedding pictures or something. Like, it was like nothing happened in that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and my big thing was Rose went to her into her corner between, I think it was the 3rd and 4th round, and everyone's booing because it's so fucking boring. And her coach / husband is like, yeah, you hear that? That means we're winning the fight. And it's like, how do you know that? Like, no one's done anything.
Yeah.
It was so bad. But anyway, Rose lost her belt. We'll see if she gets it back. I don't know. She's not going to get an immediate title shot. That's for damn sure. So she'll have to fight back through that whole division, which she's done once. She's done twice. She can try to do it again. We'll see if she's got it in her. I hope she does. I really like Rose. And I thought if she would have went at Carla, she would have won that. But whatever. I can't tell them what to do drunkenly in my garage. So, and then in the main event of the evening, Charles Oliveira, who was stripped of his title earlier in the weekend because he missed weight by half a pound, he defeats Justin Gaethje in the first round by a rear naked choke. That was a very back and forth round before that happened, and I thought it could go either way. And then afterwards, he calls out Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz and says that he wants to break more records and fight 2 title fights in one night and knock Conor out and submit Diaz. So we'll see if that happens.
In one night. Okay.
Yeah. I love it. I don't like I mean, I'm not a huge Conor fan anyway, but I think that Oliveira has the skills to do both those things in one night. I don't know, but I mean, that's what they used to do back in Pride. Pride used to have 4 or 5 fights in one night. So we'll see what happens, man.
Seems ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little ambitious.
Nah.
He's got his sights set on that, but he couldn't make weight for this big fight here.
So there is a ton of controversy with that. And the athletic commission is swearing up and down there was nothing wrong with the scales and stuff. But multiple fighters said that they were closer on their own scales than what they actually were on that scale. Like, they should have been, how do I put this? Like, Oliveira, they think should have actually made weight, but didn't. And a lot of fighters were closer than they were closer than they thought they were going to be. Like,
okay,
yeah, stuff like that. So I don't know. There's a lot of media personnel that have done interviews, people behind the scenes and stuff, that say that there might be some controversy to that. But He's never had an issue with making weight before, and this wasn't his first title fight, so there's no reason why he should have. So I don't know why he missed it this time, but doesn't matter. He shut down the title contention for Gaethje and will definitely be the number one contender and fight probably the winner of Connor and Chandler. We'll see what comes of that first.
So any other cards coming up to keep your eye on?
Nothing really right now. I know there's a big Bellator fight this weekend, but not a lot of people watch Bellator. It's mostly smaller guys too, so unless you really are into MMA, you won't know the names. But yeah, other than that, I'll keep you posted and fill you in next week on some big cards coming up this summer. I know there's some big announcements talking about later on in the fall, so John Jones and Stipe may actually happen sooner rather than later, so we'll see.
So John Jones getting back in the UFC?
Yeah, at heavyweight. He'll fight the former UFC. The fight's been set. He'll fight Stipe Miocic, the former UFC champion. They just don't know when.
Is there an over-under for how long it takes after he fights for him to have another cocaine offense?
For him to lose his belt for non-fighting reasons?
3 days beforehand.
Negative 3 days.
I was going to give it 6 months before news come out, but
it'll definitely happen beforehand, and then the news will break afterwards. So yeah, I can see what you're saying there. It's probably already happening.
The UFC will let him fight. They'll get their money, and then the news will come out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Crazy.
They need the fight to happen.
Right. I don't know how that happens or anything, but yeah.
No.
So yeah, that's
you know how Barstool bought Rough and Rowdy, and they had a lot of their employees do fights. Maybe we should do that here. Who here wants to box?
Let's do it.
UFC type stuff.
I do.
Yeah, and then we can just have 2 fighters ready. Then when UFC does have these fights or they come up, we can just jump in immediately. We've been training for that moment.
Exactly.
Start getting a cut of the old pie there.
There's a lot of money in this UFC MMA stuff. Let's get some of it.
Yeah, and I think people need to realize when they're making fun of like, oh my God, this guy looks exhausted. It's only 3 rounds. I think they do need to kind of have 2 average Joe schmoes going to the gym for the 3 5-minute rounds and see. People might die. It might be like the Kimbo Slice Dada 5000 fight where you thought both of them were just going to keel over in the fucking ring after 2 rounds.
A few years ago, the gym that I went to had a boxing, a heavy bag. And so I did that every once in a while. Man, that is a workout. That is a great workout. I love doing that.
Yep. I've had one guy at my work that runs his own MMA gym and promotion asked if because I'm a wrestler, and he's like, "Would you come and spar with some of those guys?" I'm like, "Fuck no! Are you kidding me? Like, I'm 34 now. I'm not in any shape to be doing that shit." He's like, "Oh, I'm 40." Dude. He's like, "I'm 47." I was like, "Yeah, but you've been doing this a lot longer, Ricky."
And I don't want to get punched in the face.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
Does not sound like fun.
No, it's the moneymaker. I can't get this punched.
Are you talking about Fight Club right now, Joey?
Yeah, I am.
Well,
my bad.
You can't talk about Fight Club.
I know. Number one rule of Fight Club. Talk about it on the podcast.
What we can talk about on the podcast is a little sneak peek of a YouTube live for the PGA Championship next week, maybe, Ryan?
Well, hey, first shout out to Max Homa for winning the Wells Fargo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Max Homa.
Yeah, he's playing pretty good golf of late.
Yeah, it's good to see him. He's probably one of the best follows on Twitter. He's pretty great. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big fan of Max Homa. You could definitely say I'm a homosexual.
Well, hey, here. Oh, wait a second. Never mind. I don't have it set up. Never mind.
Yeah, no, it's not quite June. We can't show my pride for Max Homa. So
that will also be on our OnlyFans, though.
There you go.
There we go. There we go.
There's Max.
There's Max. There we go.
Yep. Nice.
But this weekend is the PGA Championship, I believe. What, the 19th through 22nd or something like that?
Yep. Southern Hills.
Yes. Yep. Thursday the 19th through the 22nd. So we will be doing another live like we did before the Masters. I believe Kevin will be part of that again,
Oh,
and
awesome.
we'll just
I can't wait to heckle him.
we'll just do a preview of the tournament. Talk about our favorites, who to put your mortgage on, and we always have good picks. We picked what, 3 out of the top 5 for the Masters, Trent. I think we did pretty good.
We are that good.
We are that good. We didn't pick the winner, of course, but
No.
we're pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do that. That was a fun time, and so we'll get Kevin involved with that. And then for me, Kevin and I also booked a trip to the Prairie Club in Nebraska at the end of the month. So you'll probably see a lot of content coming out of there too. And the Prairie Club, what that is, it's a golf resort, kind of in the middle of nowhere in Nebraska, where they have 2 courses that are top 100 in the country. Just absolutely phenomenal. Just what golf was meant to be. You move very little dirt in the ground, and you make holes out of what God gave you. So excited for that. I can't wait to be there.
Yeah, I mean, you called me tonight and asked me if I wanted to go. The real reason isn't because it's on a weekday. It's because I would have to travel to Nebraska.
I get it.
Can't.
I get it. I've been through Nebraska enough times when I lived in Kansas. I understand.
Want to stay away from that state.
I get it.
I'm keeping my tongue bit. I'm biting my tongue here.
I was just trying to bait Joey into this.
I knew he was. I'm not saying it. No, you go have fun with Kevin. Seems like the perfect spot in the world for Kevin to be. So, yeah, you have fun with him.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just pulled up their website here. It's looking pretty sweet. I love their clubhouse.
Yeah.
The shot of the steak looked phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, so there's when you stay at their place, you get unlimited golf. So we'll play from sun up to sundown. That's kind of our plan, and you get breakfast with it and a bed, I guess. So that's kind of nice. You get a bed when you stay there. I'll have to. So we're only staying one night. I'll make sure to hit up the restaurant and have a nice steak there for you, Clark.
How close is the nearest gentleman's club?
I have
in the clubhouse.
Yeah,
they keep it on site.
The nearest town to the golf course is Valentine, and that's like 20 or 25 miles away.
Yeah.
I can't tell you if there's a strip club in Valentine or not.
Why would you go to a strip club in Nebraska? Never mind.
No, go on, Joey. Continue. Why are you asking this question?
No. Have fun with Kevin. Like I said, you guys enjoy your Nebraska steaks. And
They import them from South Dakota.
Yeah,
I hope so.
yeah. The corn actually comes from Iowa. It's kind of crazy.
Yep.
That's right, because Iowa corn's better than Nebraska. Suck it, Nebraska.
100%.
Yep. No doubt.
Not even close.
I don't
So
know.
I didn't say anything bad about your trip. You have fun. I am not jealous, Kevin. Not one bit.
I feel bad because Kevin and Trent are such bros that Trent won't be there. Kevin won't know what to do.
Yeah. Kevin and I, we played last Saturday. It was windy. It was way too windy to play golf.
Who's Kevin going to play Little Spoon with if Trent's not there?
Yeah.
Me and Kevin, we got a 2-man scramble coming up May 21st.
That's what they call it.
Man scramble.
We got the 2-man coming up here. We're gonna win. Just saying. So
Is that a Brandon or what?
yeah, it's here in Brandon. So after the way I played tonight at League, we're gonna be sitting okay. Yeah. Thank you for wearing a bucket hat.
Gosh. But yeah, so exciting things coming up with golf. That's for sure.
Nice.
Yes, he's very jealous. I'm glad that Bryant is there to help speak for Joey.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, let's hop into the movie minute. Avatar 2 trailer comes out only 13 years later.
Yeah. I mean, did we all go to see it in theaters the first time?
Oh yeah, in 3D, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I
That
mean,
was
that
a
would have
new
been
thing.
what, middle school when that came out?
For Bryant, millennial.
I was a senior in high school, going to be a freshman in college at that point, and now I'm several years into paying student debt. Is how long it's been since that. So no, I thought that was a because I went to Multiverse of Madness this last week, and that was one of the big things is they didn't release the trailer until I think Monday. So it was one of these. You remember back in the day where if you had a movie you wanted to see and see the trailer, you actually had to go to you had to get a ticket for a different movie to go see
Right.
the trailer. Like it wasn't released on YouTube for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when what was the latest Fast and Furious? Was it Fast 9 or Fast 10 or Fast 13 or
Fast
I think it
9
was
the
like
last one.
27.
Yeah, and they had like a preview for the new Jurassic World coming out. It's like of all movies, I can see why someone would want to go to Doctor Strange. I can maybe sit through Doctor Strange for a movie that I absolutely want to see, but you're gonna make me pay to go see Fast 9? That is BS.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think there have been rumors, oddly enough, after Fast 10, where like they had talked about they wanted to introduce the Fast franchise into the Jurassic World franchise, and they would help them with the dinosaurs. Which, that sounds crazy enough. They went to space in the last one. Ludacris was in a car in space, like Elon Musk's Tesla that's flying out there. Luda's doing the same thing in Fast 9. So
I'm done.
You know,
I
start-
don't want to be here anymore.
Start having Cena come in and punching dinosaurs and racing dinosaurs.
yeah. Teaching dinosaurs about family. Chris Pratt will do that shit where he holds back the dinosaurs. I think I would honestly, that would be the one thing that would get me interested in both of those franchises again, because both of them is like, I get it, there's dinosaurs, I get it, fast cars and dinosaurs. Now you got Wilksy back in.
Soon they'll be just like popping up on the island of Lost and like just being in there and incorporate that world too.
I'm sold on Jurassic World no matter what. Because one, dinosaurs. I mean, what else do you need besides dinosaurs? But
okay, Ross Geller.
Also, a big Chris Pratt guy. So hey, I'm all in.
Well, have you seen and for the trailers? There was the newest Jurassic Park trailer, which I didn't mention here. Have you seen that yet? I'm not sure if it's been on YouTube or not. Have you seen the newest one?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, same thing with every other movie now. They're bringing everyone back from the original movie, and again, that's enough. I haven't seen the last two, but I would say that might bring me back in to see this last one. I can't remember if it's Jurassic World or Domination or whatever.
Jurassic World Dominion is the new one.
Dominion, okay.
I think I'm going to start going the way of what?
Brian, you haven't seen the Jurassic World movies?
I saw the first one where they had that gratuitous death of that one like assistant.
Yeah.
Where she's like, boys, we got to, and then one dinosaur picks her up, swoops her in the air, and does like the multiple like grabbing her, drops her into the water, dives into the water, grabs her again, and then when it starts flying out of the water, a bigger dinosaur comes and eats her and swallows her down. It's like, could you have just snapped her neck or something? The poor lady was suffering for like 90 seconds flying on dinosaurs. Just let her die. Jesus.
It's like she had Rey Mysterio going to town on her up there, swinging around her neck.
So no, that was the last one I saw when they mixed the raptor with the T-Rex, I think, and
I like the last one too, the one you haven't seen, just because it had some horror elements in it also.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
They're going to start going the way of Trent.
Into it, so I know it's going on the final one here. So
I think I'm going to start going the way of Trent and just not watching movies and watching just TV shows from now on.
I was actually going to say that now, Cars in Space, they're going to, combine the Jurassic Park and Fast and Furious. I was going to say, are you guys jealous of me for not watching this shit?
We are in the golden age of television, though, Trent. This is probably, if you were ever going to watch television at one point in history, this would be it. This could be 4 years earlier, and Jersey Shore was the best show on TV.
Do any of you guys watch the Fast franchise?
Ironically, I guess.
Not if I don't have to. If I go over to my brother's in-laws and they have it playing, I'll watch it. But no.
I don't know who sees these movies. I haven't met a single person that has gone to the movie theater to see any of the last 5 Fast films, maybe.
Mm.
I don't know who goes to them.
I got yelled at by my buddy Jeremy because he took me to Fast 6, I think, and that was the one where they actually calculated the math. This plane was going full speed on a runway, which a runway you're going to go by 30 seconds, and then you're finally up in the air to pick up speed. There's like AC-130 that all these tanks and shit. It is running on a runway that no shit. I think they did the math. It had to have been like 30 to 40 miles long for how long the action sequence where they were fighting. And anyway, my buddy Jeremy yelled at me and got mad at me because in the theaters I was drunk and just like laughing my ass off in the whole scene. I'm like, when is this fucking plane gonna take off? Because it just fucking however fast you got to hit the AC-130's got to take off. So no, that was the last time I was in theaters.
Heard they were going to try and bring back Paul Walker somehow in the very last one. Like, I don't know how the fuck that's going to work.
They brought back dinosaurs in Jurassic World. I'm sure they can figure something out.
Well, and how about Vin Diesel calling out The Rock for not coming back to the...
Well,
Right.
But that's the other thing with the Fast franchise, which is like, we can shit on the actual movies all the way. Whatever. People get entertained by, by their own movies. That's fine. But Vin Diesel, they said the director actually dropped out of Fast 10 because he's showing up not out of shape. So Vin Diesel's coming in fat, not knowing his lines. I mean, the director just quit. So it's like The Rock looks even smarter than ever, not coming back, and Vin Diesel saying they got unfinished business. The guy that's been there this whole time isn't even ready to take care of business himself. So
Can we agree Vin Diesel's best role has been Groot?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like Riddick.
Nope. Best thing he can do is Groot.
Okay.
Really shows the range that Vin Diesel has.
So did you know that his name is Richard Riddick?
The Chronicles of Riddick?
Yeah, his first name's Richard.
No,
Richard.
his first name is the Chronicles, and it's Riddick.
Richard B. Riddick. They don't tell you what the B stands for.
Badass.
Bitch, maybe, I don't know, but Richard B. Riddick is his actual name.
Wow.
So anyway, Avatar 2.
So I was going to say 2009.
But honestly, that whole conversation there encapsulates how interested are we? It's been fucking 13 years.
I'll be going. I'll go.
I'll go. I know I'm going. I'm pissed off because
it's love
been so long.
I till this day I love Avatar. I still think it's an awesome movie.
The other thing though is it's by James Cameron, so you're not going to put out a shit product. It's just, and I noted it in there, like the 13 years, just so there's some significance and some fact. Of course, I got to throw out some facts here. Between the Return of Jedi and the prequel trilogy of Phantom Menace, that was a 16-year gap. And those are two completely different trilogies. You would have thought that would have been like 30 years, but no, 16 years. Avatar 1 and 2 is a 13-year gap here. Back in 2009, gas prices were $2.35, so a lot cheaper than it is right now. Matt Castle was the Chiefs quarterback in 2009, and Kirk Ferentz was still the head coach of the Hawkeyes. That were all my 2009 facts.
No, I'm looking up some too. Barack Obama
Okay.
was sworn into office.
I need somebody to tell me this one detail.
Yeah.
How many Adam Sandler films have been made since the last Avatar movie?
I'll figure it out real quick. Give me 2
Well,
seconds here.
And so that's one thing that I want to say about Avatar is one of the reasons that it took so long was James Cameron was waiting for technology to catch up to where he wanted it to be to film these films, to do these films. And so I can respect that. I can respect that he has a vision that he wants to spend a long time on to make sure it's perfected, where you have other places, other films that just throw out a sequel every other year. I can respect this a lot.
Yeah, if it's a quality film versus just another sequel, it's definitely worth it. It's probably going to be more enjoyable than a lot of just these run-of-the-mill sequels that keep coming out. But I'll be watching it.
So
Adam
2000,
Sandler-
2009, Barack Obama sworn into office. Michael Jackson dies.
Obama.
Hey,
He
Trent.
came and he gave without taking.
Michael Jackson dies. Modern Warfare 2 Call of Duty comes out.
Oh yeah.
These are all things that happened in 2009. Trent Nelson graduates from X-ray school. So yeah.
In between there, sometime you and I moved in together in Sioux Falls.
Yep. Ryan
A lot of-
Barlick and Trent Nelson first meet at nuclear medicine school, and lo and behold, the Pulse of the Heartland podcast. Here we are.
Adam Sandler has been involved in 36 films as an actor.
That's almost as many podcasts as we put out. We do it twice a week.
Yep. Well, you don't remember the classic The Cobbler?
I don't.
Well, the thing is, our podcast has almost as many listeners as they have people going to the theaters to see these movies.
Come on, Netflix, shower me with money.
So,
We
so
all
my next
remember
question is,
Nicholas.
like, Avatar, yes, it's probably gonna make a shit ton of money at the box office. Has Adam Sandler made that much money with all these movies he's done?
He's made a
Just look
ton
up
of
his
money.
net worth right now.
I mean, he got paid $250 million by Netflix to make 4 movies.
his net worth is $420 million, so I think he's doing all right.
And
Yeah.
now Netflix is broke.
Yeah. Netflix cutting all their cartoons. They think that's the case, not paying Adam Sandler $250 million for 6 movies.
Yeah, they're canceling all their original shows. Like, they're not making anything anymore. We're not paying anybody to make anything. And we're going to increase prices for our product.
Let's give Kevin James a half a bill to play Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. Make him look like he shit his pants half the time. So, yeah, Avatar 2. I can't wait.
Well, the next bullet point is Kenobi. Anybody got anything on that?
I'm looking forward to it. I think they, and we all shit all over Book of Boba Fett. I'm hoping they kind of like looked over that and really put a lot of money into Kenobi. Because, I mean, it's got Ewan McGregor back and Hayden Christensen is back for Darth Vader. I mean, there we go. They kind of brought you back if you watched the original trailer with the Duel of the Fates music in there. I mean, I think it's gonna be a lot better than Book of Boba Fett. But if they fumble the bag on this one, it's gonna be really tough for people to start taking Disney Plus seriously. If with Star Wars and everything you can offer, you shit the bed on 2 of the biggest characters and side stories.
They always have the Mandalorian.
It's all about Mando now. That's all
Yeah.
Ryan wants.
That's all they have that I want. That's all they have that I want.
I think this one, I mean, and it's honestly, I didn't watch too many Clone Wars, but if it goes in like Kenobi and kind of being like more of the spy side of things, I mean, I've only heard, but I'm kind of interested to see what they do because
I want more Darth Vader. Give me badass Darth Vader. If they give me like 1 or 2 scenes of Darth Vader just wrecking house, like at the end of Rogue One, I'm good. That's all I want.
Was
Well,
Rogue
they-
One
they-
not such a great movie? Oh, that was an awesome movie.
Amazing.
great movie, solid. I mean that was probably that one scene with Darth Vader in there is probably better than most of like everyone with you if you're a Marvel fan. Oh, the post credit scenes. These are so that was better than any one of them. That one scene where you have Darth and just beating the shit out of everyone. That's I mean it's that's I guess why it's so disappointing when you have like a Book of Boba Fett how to end. It's like you could have these little things that raise a movie from a 7 or 8 out of 10 to a 9 with that one scene, and that's what it did.
Well, even the end of Mando season 2, bringing in Luke, basically the same thing. It was such a great ending. So then, Clark, the ending of Fallen Jedi Order, did you love that then?
Yeah,
Jedi Fallen Order. Excuse me.
I really enjoyed the end of Fallen Order.
Yeah.
I mean, it's again Darth Vader. Like you run up against him, and it's like all you can do is run away, and he's destroying everything, trying to stop you. So yeah, that's what I'm about. Darth Vader.
That's a video game form of it. It adds a lot of tension.
I'm curious if they'll tie any of that in because the show is going to be having the Inquisitors and stuff. So I'm kind of curious to see if there's going to be any ties. I mean, Jedi Fallen Order is officially licensed by, I think, Disney. So it's
Yeah.
supposed to hold a little bit of lore to it, but yeah, I'm kind of curious if there's going to be any ties.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm sure that's going to be one that will break down, and unless it shits the bed the first few episodes, then everyone will drop off. But I think we'll take a fair shot.
I think Joey and I are the only ones that quit. You two hold strong through everything.
Got a power.
I mean, if
through.
I've started, I might as well finish it. That's how I feel.
Wait, I did not finish Boba Fett.
Should have. It got better after you quit.
Yep. I almost quit Better Call Saul this week because I'm getting tired of Kim Wexler.
Oh,
What?
boo!
Are
Why?
you all caught up?
Let's go into Better Call Saul here, Joey.
Yeah.
Come on.
I have 45 minutes left of the last episode. That's the farthest I can get. But yeah, I'm almost all caught up. But yeah, I'm getting real tired of her, and I'm getting tired of both of their storylines with the Howard Hamlin shit. Like,
Dude, she's Breaking Bad too, man.
I mean, I know what they're doing. It's annoying. Move the storyline on. Like, they don't need to make this 8 episodes of shit. Give me Mike's storyline. Nacho dies. Like, yeah.
Would you
Love
rather
it.
have Kim Wexler or Skylar White?
Yeah.
Oh God. Kim Wexler. A
Thank you.
1,000. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Skylar's
a tweet. I saw a tweet. It said, it was on Sunday. It said, "Happy Mother's Day to every mother except for her," and it was a picture of Skylar White.
Yep.
That's fine, Vic.
Yeah. The only
Ryan, can we
main
find a
character.
smaller picture?
Now what?
You said, can we find a smaller picture?
Yeah, I opened that and I'm like, well, that isn't good.
Oh,
Yeah,
Here you
the
go.
only lead character I've ever liked less in a series is the mom from Ozark. She was just fucking terrible. I hated her so much. But yeah, Skylar White's my second least favorite. But Better Call Saul, I'm just tired of the like they just keep dragging the storylines on. They did the same thing with the brother.
Chuck.
What's his name?
yeah.
With Chuck. I mean, that was 3.5 seasons of shit. Like, I don't care anymore. I don't.
Oh my God.
Let it go.
Joey, come on.
I didn't
Come on.
didn't realize Best Saul was actually our president.
He's not sniffing her.
Yeah.
Creepy Uncle Joe.
So, no, but Better Call Saul last night. The picture that I put when I did the share my screen here, they're all in a boxing ring. It was a pretty. I liked it. You haven't seen this yet, have you, Joey?
No, I might take my headphones out, to be honest with you.
Go ahead.
Yep. You can keep talking.
Okay. So Howard. Howard's associate confronts Howard about the baggie of the white substance that Saul planted, and then the hooker that Howard pushed out of his car. It was Saul that stole his car and did that, with Wendy. Confronted him, and he said, "Well, who were you having this meeting with when you saw me push the hooker out of the car?" Well, he said Kim Wexler. So he puts the 2 and 2 together. Howard knows Saul is trying to set him up for something. So Howard calls Saul. He knows he does after hours work, and he gets him to come to this shady gym, and it's a boxing ring. So Howard and Saul have a boxing match. That's what this picture is about here that's showing for all of you watching on YouTube. And Howard just rocks him. So that happened. So now we know that Howard is on to Saul. So we'll see what happens with that storyline coming up, because Saul's trying to get the Sandpiper case from HHM. And it goes into Gustavo, the other storyline going on right now. Gus Frayne, the owner of Los Pollos Hermanos, he's getting real paranoid and kind of going crazy because he knows Lalo is alive. And Kim knows Lalo is alive. Saul thinks Lalo's dead. So that's kind of all interesting. And then Lalo comes back in at the end of the episode and is talking to this woman at a bar. Well, come to find out, this is the wife of the guy who was hired by Gus to make dig the big meth lab that Walter White uses in Breaking Bad under the laundry facility because they kill him. And so he finds her and is talking to her, and now he's trying to find some shit on them in her house overseas, wherever, I can't remember where they were, Germany or something like that, somewhere in Europe. But that's kind of how the episode ended with that. So that'll be interesting to see how Lalo uses that information to get back to Gustavo, which I think is what he's doing. So,
Okay. Do we know how many episodes this final season is going to be? Like, are you halfway through it right now, or?
So it's split into two parts. So there's going to be like 6 episodes this time. So I think this was episode like 5, maybe.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be 7 episodes that start in June. So it's going to be 13 episodes broke into two parts here.
Okay.
So
well, I got time to catch up then, because I'm only on like season 2 right now.
Yeah. So
what are supposed to be sharing this, Clark?
What are we looking at Google Earth for here?
Oh, I didn't realize I was sharing.
Yeah.
Where are we going,
I'm checking out Steamboat, baby.
Oh, okay.
Steamboat Trains.
Oh, when are you going?
I'm not, but I was looking at mountains. First,
There's
I started out up here at Ryan's area in the hills.
Oh, let me get back up there.
Let's see. Where,
Speaking of mountains,
there it is.
Saturday, Red Rocks. Joey, put your headphones back on, buddy.
I'm here. I've been here for a minute.
So Saturday, speaking of mountains, Turnpike Troubadours, Red Rocks Amphitheater.
I'm trying to figure out what's that for that. That's Red Rocks this weekend.
Yes,
yep.
$20 to watch Turnpike Troubadours play at the Red Rocks Saturday
Found
night.
it.
I'm
It'll
100%
be right here.
Yeah.
So I got a question though, Clark. Why is there a tab open that says Anna Kendrick's feet pics? I don't get what that is.
It's Adam Sandler.
Oh dang it!
And I got the PGA. And then I had Twitter.
This kid isn't worried about hiding anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make
sure.
Hey,
Clark, we're going to Steamboat in July. I'll let you know how it is.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Any music going on while you're there? Because there's usually a country music festival in the winter there. So.
No, we going up for brother-in-law's wedding. So.
Okay.
So we'll stay busy, but we're going up to Steamboat, so that's a place I can say I've been, I guess.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah.
Joey,
what?
There's something about this. I've got to go with you. This Kim Wexel. She looks like someone who would yell at my dog for barking at them for running.
Well, she's a lawyer, so you'd be in jail right now. Okay.
She is a lawyer. She was really cool up until they just decided that they wanted to fuck with Howard Hamlin, and I'm like,
that's what makes her awesome, because she, like I said, she's Breaking Bad. She's not that straight-laced lawyer anymore, going by the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is total gonna be slimeball like Jimmy McGill, slipping
Jimmy. All the
Jimmy.
cons at the bars and stuff wasn't good enough for her. They just want to ruin a man's life.
Slipping Jimmy and slipping Kimmy. That's what it's gonna be.
He was being an asshole for Joey. I even saw that in season 2.
I mean, I get it. I no, or whatever. It's
Joey's
just going on
like,
too
Kim
long.
Wexler was a saint.
It's just going on too long. Like, just get it over with. Just do it.
Trent, you should watch House of Cards if you want to see what real drama looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you want to see a real monster, Kevin Spacey's in it too.
He's a damn good actor.
Yeah, he is. I actually did start rewatching. I'm in the middle of season 2 right now, but he was the best part of that show. And once they got rid of him, I was like, I didn't even watch season 6. It's a full. Every episode is at least a full point or two less on IMDb, and that's enough of crowdsourcing to know that the last season was terrible.
You know, it's not the proper ending, so why watch it, right?
You're not really selling this to me right now.
Well,
watch 5 seasons were amazing.
You just don't watch final season.
No.
It's what everyone wanted to do for Game of Thrones. If they could go back and not watch season 8, they might just end it when things are looking promising.
It made me think about being a corrupt politician for a while.
So just a politician.
So yeah.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Being redundant there by corrupt and politician.
Yeah. I would talk about Barry, but this last episode went by. It was like 25 minutes, and it felt like it was only like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
It was just a good setup episode. There's a lot of shit coming.
Exactly. Yeah, nothing. I mean, all the action was last episode. This one was definitely, best way to say it, just a setup episode. So.
Yeah. Lots gonna happen. They just needed 25 minutes. Like I said, it felt like it was 5 minutes long. You started it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, we're already done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's your name? Bill Hader. Make these episodes longer, damn it.
What do we say, Mr. Cousineau? Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Just making him his bitch.
I was watching some old Saturday Night Live skits of his the other day, and the reporter Herb Welch. That was some of the funniest shit on Saturday Night Live ever, especially the one with Justin Timberlake on. Yeah, just smacks everyone with the microphone. Just some of the funniest stuff. And then you watch that, and then you're watching Barry at the same time, and you're like, man, this guy he can do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the underrated ones that him and John Mulaney do, if you're ever looking for a good bit, it's called What's Her Name, and all it is he runs a TV show where it's people that you deal with all the time and you don't know their names. You just like, hey bud, how's it going? And you can't call them out, and he makes you in front of them admit that you don't know their names. If you ever do just Bill Hader, what's her name or what's their name, that's probably one of my favorite bits that he does because everyone loves Stefan, but I just love this whole game show setup where he makes people embarrassed, and it's like these ungodly amounts of money that he can't even get it's like name. He brings out 3 women, and it's like, here's the 3 bridesmaids, and he's like, choose any of them. And then he chooses one. He goes, and we're going to give you 4 of the 5 letters, and it's Andy. It's like, what's her name? And he's like, Mandy, Lady, and it just goes. I don't do it all. Definitely worth a watch on YouTube.
Is Mulaney part of that, or was he just a writer?
Yes, he's the contestant that's getting it all wrong. So
that's funny.
He does pretty well.
I didn't realize he wrote so much stuff for SNL too, and that's back when SNL was actually pretty funny too.
Yeah, they've dropped off a little bit in the last few years. When Mulaney was writing, and whenever he's a guest host, he does really well with how they want to execute it too.
Yeah.
Joey, do you Winning Time, is that done?
Mm-hmm. Yep, the finale was this weekend.
Was it?
Lakers won the title. Who knew? It's crazy. Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
Spoiler alert.
Magic
Brown was not part of the team.
Yeah, Magic beat Julius Erving. Spencer Haywood, who knows what the fuck's going on with him. And Jerry Buss's mom died. So, yeah.
Well, that was last episode, but I didn't I guess I know it happened in real life, but that Spencer Haywood storyline was so, I thought, not needed in the final. It took away from the whole episode was the title game. They win the game. Also, he was trying to kill someone, but he's high on drugs. I mean, it was just it felt off-putting. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I thought they were going to really show like when they had Magic accept the award for Kareem, but they kind of made it like, hey, here's the future of the league with Magic there. And saw the one scene where Kareem was like, what the hell? This rook is taking my award. And then they just go, and then the next scene he goes, hey, I understand, man. And then they're all happy because they won the title. And Jerry, kind of like we saw at the beginning of the season, everything has to be perfect, and even when it is, he's looking for something, and now it happened. He won the title the first year he has the best team, and you can feel he's not fulfilled still.
Yep, and he's still not giving his daughter her due, and trying to pick the 2 sons that aren't even part of the team. The one thing I do think that they did a very good job of is showing how important Magic Johnson was in that closing game without Kareem. I know it's NBA lore about how he played center as a rookie and basically won the MVP and shit. I think they did a very good job of breaking down that game and showing how important he was, how tired he was, and all that type of stuff. And I love the scene the part where Pat Riley tells Magic what the Rookie of the Year voting was, and then Paul Westhead saying that he's leaving no matter what happens sets the stage for Pat Riley taking over, and Jack McKinney and him having a little I think they're setting stuff up farther down the line, which I mean, I don't really need to because it's history, but at the same time, I think they did a good job with that. But yeah, there were some parts of the finale where I was like, I just don't know, man. I don't like that.
See, I'm interested because I almost wonder if it was going to, well, I guess it's winning time about the Lakers dynasty. Never mind, answer my own question because I thought it would be interesting because they had the small scene from French Lick where here's Larry Bird and his family's talking shit about Magic Johnson. Oh, you're better than him. He goes, shut the fuck up. He's there and I'm not,
Right.
So I thought maybe it would be kind of interesting if they jumped to, a different team. But I think they're going to stick with the Lakers because, I mean, do you remember – it was a fleeting scene, but it was I think it was Magic Johnson from the 90s when he received the news of being HIV positive, and then they just never alluded to anything after the 70s after that. So they must have a long-term plan if they set up a scene from the first scene of the series and then never go back to it.
I don't remember that scene. I have to rewatch that.
Yeah, he goes to a hospital. They give some diagnosis. The person with him is crying. I mean, it's pretty.
I feel like that's the first episode. Like that's the first or second scene, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, I missed that. All right. Well, I
go rewatch episode 1, Joey.
Right.
Stat.
Yeah, but then they just focused on the season, so they must have a long-term plan on maybe a few years down the line, and Kareem and Magic aren't getting along so well, or maybe it's when Kareem's done and Magic is the leader of the team. And then gets to that, gets to the diagnosis and dream team and stuff.
So I remember the first scene being all the naked women in Jerry Buss's bed.
And the second scene, you know what I'm saying though. It was one. Right. It was early on in the series, and then they just didn't say anything else about it.
Yeah, it must have just been a flyover scene. I missed it.
I feel like that's the first scene where you see. I just watched this episode 1 last night, and I saw the scene that Brian's talking about.
Okay, so it's probably second or third scene. Then. Okay.
But it's right at the beginning. It's the first time you see Magic. So
I always thought they were just showing Eazy-E, so that's my bad.
Well, but also, did you hear that the Adam McKay and Will Ferrell had a falling out? Because I think Will Ferrell wanted to be Jerry Buss, and Adam McKay wanted John C. Reilly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why they're not partners anymore.
Yeah. So apparently, there's a huge rift, and I don't know if they'll. I'm sure they'll get back to making stuff, but yeah, I didn't know about. I was listening to Lights, Camera, Barstool, and they talked about how this whole series, like they liked it, but it's like, was this show good enough to never work with your partner ever again?
Fuck, that better not make Succession suck. I'll be super pissed.
Succession, it's on autopilot. It's going to be good. I mean, they've set up so much with that. I think it's going to be just fine.
God, I hope so. Yeah, Winning Time was great.
Yeah, he pissed Will Ferrell off so much. Will's not willing to take any calls from him anymore. Will started a whole new production company. Like I don't see them doing Step Brothers or anything like that anymore.
Wow.
Damn it, I was hoping for Anchorman 3.
I know. Which, I think Adam McKay is a great writer, but what was the last movie he had on Netflix? Don't Look Up. Man, that was a turd.
Yeah. That one definitely was down the middle, and people absolutely loved it or absolutely hated it. So
I was on the hate side of it. The best part of it was Jonah Hill on there just being a smart ass. That was the best part of it. Other than that,
I thought you were gonna say when the credits rolled.
That too.
Oh, shit.
All right, anybody else got anything to add to the movie minute here?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Joey's side and never watch Better Call Saul.
I'm done. You know what?
I was gonna ask.
Peace out.
I was gonna do a spoiler-free review of Multiverse of Madness. I'll just wait one more week and then we can just do spoilers there because there's a lot of good stuff in that movie.
I'm gonna give 1 point. Of maybe advice if you're gonna go watch Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. Rewatch Doctor Strange.
Yes.
The first movie. Because I went into this, I'm like, I do not remember this person, and they're pretty significant. I was like, I don't remember them at all. It's been so long. Like, I've seen Doctor Strange in how many other movies?
Yeah. And it's also good to rewatch because like you forget how good Doctor Strange was, the original, and just the visuals of it. And it keeps up in Multiverse of Madness too. How good the movie actually looks, and Sam Raimi's twist to it with the horror aspect of it. It's unlike anything you've seen from or what you'd expect from previous Marvel films. So I would definitely, let's do a spoiler review next week because it's definitely got a lot of good stuff in it.
I probably won't see it until it's on Disney Plus. I don't care about the spoilers. It's whatever. Yeah. I have heard a lot of mixed things about it. I have heard great to this is the worst thing I've ever watched. It's
worse.
It's kind of like I said. It's
Fast and the Furious. Like
apparently not. Or Don't Look Up. But
Boba Fett.
They were in space.
Or Better Call Saul.
I mean, it's far from the worst thing I've seen. Trust me.
I've like I said, I just have read and heard a lot of mixed things. So I'm it's
we'll get into it, but there's definitely some things, especially with how they go about it. But we'll cover it next week.
Usually in that situation, it's usually somewhere there. It's it's.
I would definitely recommend seeing it in theaters. There's just honestly, I'm always more the kind of guy. I love having the big tub of popcorn. You're in a reclined seat. You take a 20-minute nap. You wake up, the movie's still going. It's a great experience to actually just see a lot of these movies in there. Like the Batman, that's probably the best one I've seen in theaters in quite a while. That you get the full thing compared to watching it on TV.
Fast 9. You get shot into space in a car. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is movie theater worthy, my friend.
That is true.
And with that, let's wrap this up. Want to thank everybody for hanging out with us and watching on YouTube, listening to the old podcasts and all the ones we are putting out now. We do appreciate it. Again, we have some fun here with, it's in the name, the Funcast. So we want to hit some extra topics here. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about, and we will hit those topics. Slide to the DMs and all the socials. That's how you can get a hold of us. And Joey, what are the socials?
Yep, Twitter and Instagram at Heartland Pulse. Look us up on Facebook. Just search Pulse of the Heartland. Do the same for YouTube. Find us on Tuesday nights on Twitter and YouTube live. Tell your friends. Let them know. Have everyone like and subscribe, all the stuff. And you can find us on all the major podcast platforms.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Appreciate
Have a good night.